Well, I'm back, and nothing has changed in 3 weeks because of that. It's rained all the time, and it's just been too muddy to get over here. The blasting company did come back and break all those boulders up over there, so I pretty much have riprap size now. That's great. That's going to be good to haul. So let me start the machine up. It's probably been about 3 weeks since I've been here. It's freaking wet. And yeah, I mean, that's what everything looks like. No wonder we can't do any grading, but they're very adamant about getting this building pad cut in. They don't care if we just take the dirt and just pile it up over here for now. They want to get that building started. So that's what we're going to try to focus on, is getting that cut out and just transfer it over here where they can get started on that pad. And they said they would worry about this later. So here we go. I'm going to give the guy credit with the hammer. He took his time and he broke that up nicely. Yes, sir. That's going to be a lot easier to load and haul versus 2 to 3 foot boulders. Those are like 12-inch minus. A lot of people ask me why I don't save this for riprap. Well, here's the reason. It's sandstone. Once you step on it a few times, it turns back to sand. And it won't last. It'll weather down over time. And even if I run this through the crusher, because I was thinking about taking some of this over there and crushing it for that parking lot, but let me go over here and show you. I'm trying to walk over here and not fall down. Once you break it up and drive over it, it pretty much just turns it back to a grit. And, you know, by the time you spend so much to crush it, you end up with sand. And that's not really what you want. So, that's the reasoning for that. Let me get over here and start raking this up. Taking all this rock and transferring it down to where it's easier to load out at. We're going to see if we can't start getting these pads graded out. Like a road that you were having to build through like a real swampy area or something, this would be like the greatest material you could get for it. But I don't. So it cleans up nice. I mean, that's pretty much where I laid all the boulders out that day so that they could break them pretty easy, and he did a really good job doing it. There's just a stray one here or there, but all in all, it's broke up nice and it cleans up really good and won't tear the dump trucks all to pieces trying to load it out. Let's keep piling them up. redo our road to get back here. It's pretty wet and muddy. Trying to get this raked off. What I'm going to work on after that is cutting these pads down to grade. There's still rock down here below that they got to break, but the day that I had to lay all these boulders out, there's no communication at all. And I wanted to be here when they come over here and broke it, but nobody called to tell us, and they just sent a machine over here, broke it up, packed it up and left. Because I need to be here to rake this stuff out of the way because there's still rock below it. But they got a base cost in it, and it's doing nothing but costing them money because they have to eat all the cost of coming back out here every time. Big boulder sticking out right there. This will be the last of the rock. I know there's going to be more rock, but this should be the last of a pile of this magnitude. I hope at least. Piling this rock up, and then I'm going to start cutting my dirt down to grade and piling it up separate so that we can cover this rock up at the dump site with it. So upon some measuring and everything, we realized that they staked the tree protection and installed it kind of a little bit too far in. It's got to be moved back about 5 feet. And after they surveyed the wall, pretty much that big oak tree and those two down there have to come down because the wall is going to be like 2 feet from them, and by the time I chop all those roots off, they're going to die, and there's no need to leave a tree that's everybody knows is going to die. So we're going to go ahead and take those out, move the fence back to where it needs to be, and carry on. Well, let's see what's going to happen with this oak tree. Well, it's on solid rock, so I know it doesn't have a lot of roots. See if it'll go off to the left, or I think I'm going to have to go down here and pull it back to where I'm sitting at to be able to get it. It definitely cannot have much roots. That's crazy. How is that thing even growing on that? Probably all the roots are over here. Let's see what's going to happen. It's still anchored in there pretty good. Not really the way I want to do this, being lower than the tree, but I don't think I have a choice. Afraid that branch I'm pushing on is leaning bad this way. It's gonna break off. I'm gonna go down here and then try to pull it down where I'm sitting. But I'm going to be a fair amount below the tree. Care for that because I lose all my leverage. Let me build a little bit better ramp here. I can get up a little bit taller. All the way through the tree. You dig out really good right here. This has got to be the only side holding it. It's all rock right here. Solid wiggle. Here we go. Timber. There it goes. That tree's down. I guess I can go break some branches up now. So I got the 3 big trees down that needed to be removed so I could cut the wall back to where it needs to go. And coming down here and cutting this edge down this pad, getting it down to grade and cutting the wall back at the same time. Getting this cut down, and then I come in here with the skid steer and kind of dress it up a little bit and pretty much start shaping up the building pad for them. Alright, let's cut this building pad down to grade. So when I was bulking all the dirt off, I left it about 8 or 10 inches high, a foot or so in some places up there, just to make sure everything was drained. They want to do is just scrape it down to grade or 8 inches below finished grade, and whenever they do the footings, they just want to hammer the rock out of the footings, I guess. I don't know. So you see what's happening when I'm grading. I'm running into boulders, which in end up making it a foot low. So you kind of just gotta scratch the dirt around, put it back in place. Get all this cut out, and if there's any rock I can't get out, have all that exposed so that I will be here whenever they come back with the hammer. Communication is key for the third time that somebody's here. And they come break it up because they missed all of that because nobody was here to dig the rock away. Never end. They dig these footings, they'll just over excavate them to solid ground, so I'm not too worried about, can't really get compaction. With the hammer, I'm gonna grab that big one and see if it'll wiggle out of there. Probably best if I just do that. By the time he hits it with the hammer, it's gonna knock it out of there anyway. That's a big rock. It's going to be to cut this edge with when you're digging stuff like that out. It's not going to be a fun task. Oh well. Got to be done. Alright, well, I'm going to keep on chipping away at it. So I'm over here at the dump site now. All those holes are filled up. And we got 2 new ones dug over here. I'm taking the dozer and blading a path down here so that the trucks can make it down here to the first pit tomorrow. Having to scrape all this wet topsoil off. We're going to haul a couple loads of good dirt in here to spread over top of. There's a lot of rock right here, previous rock that was already here, and I'm gonna go ahead and shove this down into the hole and grade this off.